Good afternoon. And that wasn't me that was singing, according to the program. Wonderful, lovely Anita Lee, First Lady of San Francisco, asked me to do two things for this event. One, she said, I'd like for you to be a speaker because you're funny. Well, somehow I did not feel like in this great, beautiful hall that he called the People's Palace. Of course, the girls did a wonderful job. You know, often he opened a meeting or when he was making a speech, and he said, I'm going to be short because I'm short. And we often didn't know what he was going to say, but it was always delightful because he had a delightful, as we all know that know him well, or even people on the street know, that he had a delightful sense of humor. Like Brianna said, he told jokes, and I went around to all the staff and I said, can you remember these jokes? And like Brianna said, nobody could remember the jokes because he laughed harder than anybody else, and finally people were laughing because he had a wonderful laugh with those twinkly, well, just like the picture, squinty eyes and that wonderful smile, and the laughter rang out when he was there. When he became also, you know, in meetings, sort of heavy-duty meetings, he would lean over and give a quip or an aside, and it broke up the meeting and made it a little bit easier to go through things that a mayor has to go through. When he became mayor, the protocol group went in to see what kind of style. We didn't know what was going to happen, and we learned that he was wonderful at protocol, although he broke some of the rules. He was wonderful, you know, in San Francisco, dignitaries come here, delegations come here because they love San Francisco. We have the most wonderful, wonderful consuls generals who are here today, and one of the largest, and the countries send their very best people here. So Ed Lee, Mayor Ed Lee said, I want to be engaged. And you know why he did? Because he respected the diversity of this city, maybe because he was Chinese American, but I think it was really that plus the heart. He loved the city and he wanted it to be shining. We went on lots of trips because we have 18 sister cities, and there was a thread that went through all these trips. People really liked Ed Lee. He made friends, and friends in going abroad and meeting people, you can get things done if you make friends. And I know somebody very well that's in this room who was our secret weapon when we had problems, our potential problems, with different areas around the world. And this person has that same ability of making friends and making things happen at home and abroad. I refer to him as my secretary, but the rest of the world knows him as the former Secretary of State, George Shultz.
You speak about friendship, Charlotte, but friendship engenders trust. And we all know that in human relationships, trust is the coin of the realm. You can deal with a person you trust. You can't deal with somebody you don't trust. So Ed Lee spread that trust over the diversity of this city, of our state, of our country, and around the world. So thank you, Ed.
Well, that was short but important, and you're tall. So Ed Lee led us in a wonderful direction of all of the areas that we had to do for this great city. And there are people around the world that have we have received letters, phone calls, emails, all around the world saying how wonderful he was. I happened to be with Anita and her family earlier this week, and a call came in from former President Bill Clinton. And he had that same feeling because he said, I liked Ed Lee the moment I met him, and that friendship grew and grew and grew. And he said so many wonderful things to, I think, Tanya, you took the call. And I have some other letters. There are many, but if I may, Anita, I'd like to read some for you and for the rest of you. I'm glad they're still here. This one is from, let's see, let me get it first here. This is from former President Barack Obama. Dear Anita, Brianna, and Tanya, Michelle and I were so sorry to hear of Ed's passing. I extend my heartfelt condolences as you mourn his loss and reflect upon his life. Ed's passion and dedication to the city he loved inspired everyone who had the privilege to know and work alongside him. I know he will be deeply missed, and I want you to know that I am incredibly grateful for everything he put into advancing our shared vision and values. While no words can ease the pain you must feel, I hope you take comfort in knowing that his efforts to shape a future of greater justice and prosperity, both across San Francisco and throughout the nation, will continue to inspire generations to come. Again, please accept my sincere condolences. You will remain in my thoughts during this difficult time. Signed, Barack Obama. Well, we heard from Bill, and now we're here from Hillary. It is to you, Anita, your family, and to San Franciscans. It is with a heavy heart that I send greetings to all those gathered today in the soaring rotunda of San Francisco City Hall to honor and celebrate the life of your late mayor and my dear friend, Ed Lee. I was shocked, weren't we all, and saddened when I learned the news of Ed's passing. Throughout his trailblazing career in public service, he never stopped fighting for those who are all too often invisible to our society. As a joyful champion for civil rights and human rights, Ed made his mark on your beloved city through his smart and steady leadership, fighting for affordable housing, immigrant rights, minority businesses, expanded public works, and economic investment and opportunity. He never forgot whom he served, nor his roots as the child of Chinese immigrants. I was proud to know and work with Ed, and will always cherish the time we shared together. As you gather today to shed a tear, share a laugh, and remember and celebrate Mayor Ed Lee, please know that my warmest wishes and heartfelt condolences are with you, the Lee family, and the people of San Francisco. Ed was loved by many. He will long be remembered and dearly missed. Signed, Hillary Rodham Clinton. The last letter is one that I can deliver when Anita asked me to do two things. She said there was a song that she loved, and I think a lot of you love it too. It was interesting that when you asked me about that song, just out of the blue came a letter. I figured that Ed had something to do with it getting here. And it is from the ambassador of San Francisco, Tony Bennett. It says, to the Lee family, Anita, Brianna, and Tanya, and the city of San Francisco, it is with deep sadness to know that the next time I come to your beautiful city, that Mayor Ed Lee will not be there to greet me in person, as he was a dear friend and will be greatly missed by so many. However, his lasting legacy of support, dedication, and love for San Francisco will always be present and will continue on as part of this great city's history and vibrant future. Then he says, I know I have sung this lyric thousands of times, and this is in quotations because it's from that song. It says, your golden sun will shine for me. And Mayor Lee was a golden son of San Francisco, and his contributions to the city will continue to shine for all of its citizens. And as you may know, Mayor Lee dedicated a statue in front of the Fairmont Hotel. Right now it has a red scarf around its neck, kind of try to keep warm. And he was there for that dedication. And many times, as you know, Tony Bennett has been here for us as an ambassador for our city. And Ed Lee was an ambassador for our city. So now may I present Mr. Tony Bennett on video. He would have loved to have been here.
The loveliness